Hello, So Tribe. You are highly welcome back to Cut and So Tribe channel. My name is Divine. I want to appreciate all our subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate you all. If today is your first time of checking on this channel, you are as well welcome. Thank you for stopping by. So today we are going to be learning how to create this beautiful gown. Actually, the emphasis is going to be on the neckline and the sleeve. So if you would like to see how I'm going to recreate it from the beginning to the end, don't go away. Let's move straight away to the drafting table. Alright, for this project you'll be needing the following materials. You need at least 2 scissors, your paper scissors and your fabric scissors. You're going to need your tape measure. You'll be needing your half scale basic bodies. So if you don't know how to draft basic body, I'm going to drop a link in the comment section so you can check it and learn how to draft your own basic body. And we are going to be using this fabric. It is actually floral satin fabric. This is what we are going to be using to recreate the style. I have about 2 yards here because my own is going to be short. Do you get it now? So you are going to be needing this. You can actually use any fabric of your choice. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to be separating the upper part from the lower part. My full gown length, the length I'm working with is 42 and the half bodies I'm working with is 16. So I'll be taking away 16 from 42. If I take away 16 from 42, that's going to give me like 26 inches. I'm going to take it away and I'll show you the next thing to do. So this is it. I've separated the down part from the upper part and I'm going to put it aside. We're going to alter our basic bodies. So we are going to extend the shoulder to accommodate the gathers. We are going to gather the neck with the rope and we are going to extend the depth and the width of the neck. So this is what we are going to do, and that is why I left this space initially. So the extension depends on your preference. I'm going to add 3 inches to my shoulder width. So I'll be adding 3 inches to the shoulder width. It has shown my initial shoulder width is 7 inches, so I will make it 10 inches. All right, so this is the 10 inches and you're going to leave it like that. For the neck width, I want to make it 7. You can make it between 6 to 7 inches wide. I'm going to use 7 inches. So this is my 7 inches. Do you get it now? And for the depth, I'll just make it 4.5. Let's just make it 4.5. Do you get it now? The neck, I've extended the width to 7 inches and the depth to 4.5. So I'm going to connect the two together like so. Do you see it now? So the neck area has been widened. Do you get it now? And for the shoulder slope, I'll come down on this shoulder extension by 1 inch. Can you see it? And I'm going to connect. So this is it. This is what we're going to have at the end of the day. So you don't want to leave it like this. You're going to look for a way of connecting it back to your bust measurement. So can you see the way I'm placing my ruler? So I want to connect it together like this. So this is what we're going to have at the end of the day, and we have extended the shoulder and the neck. So the next thing we're going to do now is to work on the opening around the neck area. So from my neck depth, I'll be coming down by 3 inches. This also is according to your preference. You can make it between 3 to 4 inches. So this is it. I'll be using 3 inches in my home case. So, and the wideness, the opening, I don't want it to be too open, so I'm going to use 0.75 So that means that 0.75 by the time we open up this pattern is going to be 1.5 inches. So I'm going to draw my line like so. Can you see it? So I'll just connect it like this, and this is going to be our neck alteration. So the next thing we do now is I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is my new neckline. So can you see the way I'm cutting it? You need to extend this your neck to achieve the gathers. So, and I'll go ahead and cut out my shoulder slope, and this is going to be for my new armhole. Can you see it? And I'll cut it out like this. So this is what we have. I will just go ahead and transfer my pattern to the fabric. I want to cut out the back bodies. So this is it. You just go ahead and add your necessary seam allowance, and you are going to cut out. So my seam allowance, I'm adding just 2 inches to the side, and I will just add half to the shoulder area like so. And to this part, I'm going to add ½ inch. So for the back bodies, this is what you will have. I've added my seam allowance, and this is how your back body should look like. So on this pattern now, the darts, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to hold this when I want to sew, just to create a little bit of ease on my dress. So I'm going to cut out the opening here for the front, and I will go ahead and transfer it on the fabric, and I will show you the next thing to do. So I've cut out the front bodies and the back bodies, so both are ready now. I'll just put them aside, and we're going to work on the sleeve now. So to cut my sleeve, I have my fabric folded into 4. Can you see it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm cutting the 2 sleeves together at the same time. So the length of the sleeve I'm working with is 17. So this is my 17 inches. I'm going to add 2 inches for my allowance. So I have it like so. Now the longer this sleeve, the fuller is going to be. So for my sleeve roundness, I'm going to make it as full as possible. Now here I have about 28 inches. So the longer you have it, the fuller is going to be. So I'll be using, let's say, 12 inches, and that's going to be, you know, it's on fold, that's going to be 24 inches. So I'm going to mark it out like this. There is no one rule to it. You just cut it out to achieve the fullness. So I have it like so, and I'm going to draw my straight line. So I'm going to draw my sleeve head. That part as well can be full, so there is no one rule to it. The bigger this sleeve, the fuller is going to be. So I have it. So your sleeve head should be big as well. You know, there's gathers around the sleeve, and I'm going to cut it out. Can you see it? So I'll cut it. I'll go ahead and cut it out like so. Yes. So this is it. This is what we have. So I'm going to, can you see it? Let me open it up so that you can see. The bigger this sleeve, the fuller is going to be. Let me just cut this side out so that we have 2 separate sleeves. So this is our sleeve. Can you see it? It's very big. The bigger it is, the fuller is going to be. Now the next thing we're going to do on this sleeve is to do the alteration to create the hole. So on the sleeve head, I'll come down by 3 inches. You know, it does not start from the up. So I'm going to come down by 3 inches, and on the on the hem here, I will go up by, I'm still going to fold in my sleeve. So I added 1 inch for the folding allowance. So I want to go up by 3 inches as well. So if I go up by 3 inches plus the 1 inch seam allowance, I will be having 4 inches. So I'll go up by 4 inches here. And the 2 points, I'll just measure it and know the midpoint. So this is 13 inches. 13 into 2 is going to give me 6.5. This measuring is just to create a form of balance. So I'll just go ahead and, can you see it? So I'll just create my opening. So this place that I divided into 2, I just made 1 inch opening there. Do you get it now? But don't forget that you are still going to fold it, so you don't want to go in too much so that it will not be too wide. So this is me trying to like curate it like this. Do you see it now? So, and I have created my opening. So the next thing you want to do now to make this thing very easy when you are sewing, you can just open it up. Do you get it now? And you are going to join it back when you are done folding the circle here. Do you get it now? So I'll open it up and I'll sew it back. So this is what we have for our sleeve. The next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out little pieces that I'm going to use to turn my neckline. And that pieces I'm going to cut it on bias. It's very important to cut it on bias so that it will be convenient for you to work with. So this is me cutting it on bias. I'm going to make the width of that long strip to be just 2 inches. So I'm going to cut it on bias and I'll show you the next thing to do. Okay, I have all my pieces ready. So the next thing to go and do now is I'll go and join the shoulders together, both the front and the back. So I'm going to join the shoulder together like so. So I'm going to join my shoulder together. After joining the shoulder, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So this is it. I've joined the shoulders together and this is what we have at the end of the day. And I've gone ahead to finish up this part of the neck. Can you see it? So I've given it a good press. Now the next thing you're going to do now is I'm going to finish up the neckline, and this is what we'll be using. The strip you cut on bias, that's what you're going to use, and this is how you're going to do it. So from the beginning here like this, you're going to sew it around. Let me go and do that. I'll show you the next thing to do. So I've sewn down the neck. Can you see it? So this is what we have now. So it's going to be from outside inside. Do you get it now? By the time you fold it in, this is what you should have. So I'll go ahead now and fold it in. So can you see the way I did the edge? I folded it in a bit. So just go ahead and fold it in like this. Do you get it now? And you're going to leave opening here because that is where your rope will pass through. Do you get it now? So fold it down like so. Can you see it? And you sew it around. Let me do that and show you the next thing to do. All right, this is it. I have turned the neck. Can you see it? And everything is sewn down perfectly now. So, and I left this part where we're going to pass our rope. So I have it like this. I've made the rope and I'm going to use my nail or anything you can use to just pass in the rope. I'll pass it when the time comes. The next thing we're going to work on is our sleeve. I've actually done one. So this is how your sleeve should look like at the end of the day. So I'll show you how to make it. So the same way I sewed down this part, can you see it? We are going to sew down this part, the part that will be open. You're going to finish it up the edge. So after that, you now bring the two pieces together. You know, it's 2 for 1. So you are going to bring the two pieces together like so, and you make sure you join it down and up. So you are going to join it where we cut it out, both upper part and the down part. Let me go and do it. I will show you the next thing to do. All right, this is my sleeve. I've finished it up, I've joined it together. Now we have it as a single piece. Can you see it? And I've gone ahead to serge this part of the sleeve. So you want to do that to achieve neat finishing. So this is the keyhole part on your sleeve. So on this sleeve now, the next thing you will need to do is to go ahead and create your elastic casing. So this part now, you're going to fold in like 3/4 of an inch so as to enable your elastic to stay in. So I'll just sew it round from the beginning to the end. So this is it. You take it to the sewing machine. Can you see it? And you just go ahead and fold it down straight for your elastic casing. All right, I've done the elastic casing. Can you see it? So the sleeve is set. The next thing you want to do on this sleeve is to pass in your elastic. So to know the amount of elastic you are going to use, I'll be using 1/2 inch elastic band. So from your round sleeve measurement, you can just minus 2 inches to know the length of the elastic you are going to use. So this is my own. I'll just use my nail. I'm going to pass it through the casing, and I'm going to show you the next thing to do. So this is it. I've passed the elastic, and you can see the sleeve is really full, and our sleeve is almost ready. So the next thing you will just do on this sleeve is just to sew it down by the side, just on 1/2 inch. Do you get it? Just sew it down, and you are going to achieve what I achieved here. Do you get it now? So let's put the sleeve aside and let's talk about the upper bodies. Now, you know, there is no zipper at the back of this dress, so I'll be attaching my zipper to the side of the dress. Do you get it now? And that is going to be on my left side. So that means this part of the dress, I'm going to leave it open. The upper part here, I will leave it open, and I'm going to sew it down here on my seam allowance. Let me just turn it inside out. So this is going to be our, this is going to be our left side. This is my left side. So this is the side I will sew down on the seam allowance. So I'll just chalk it down here, measuring my seam allowance of 2 inches. I'll just go ahead and sew it down. So do you get it now? So it is only one side I will sew down. Though this part of the that will zipper will enter, I will just sew it down, like, let's say, like 1 inch on the armhole area. So just 1 inch. Let me mark it down. This part that I'm going to sew here, just 1 inch. Do you get it now? I will just sew it down here. Let me go and sew it down. I will show you the next thing to do. All right, so I've shaped it, I've sewn it down. So this side is from the beginning to the end, but this side that we're going to attach zipper, I just sew it down 1 inch, and we have this part opened. So the next thing I will do now is I will go and fix my sleeve. I'm going to fix my sleeve, and I will pass in the rope, and I'll come and show you the next thing to do. I've passed in the rope. This is what the neckline look like. Can you see? So you can adjust it. You can pull in the rope as you desire, and you can just tie this part of the rope to your preference. So, and we have our sleeve like so. Can you see it? So this upper part is ready, and I'll just go ahead and attach the down part. So I've gathered a little bit of the down part. Can you see it? So to your waist, or so this is it. To get the amount of the down part, it depends on how full you want it to be. So but I don't want it to be too much, and that's why I have these little gathers around it. So let me quickly join the down part and I will show you the final outlook. Alright, so tribe, so this is the final outlook of our dress. Can you see it? So you tie your rope. I really love the outcome. So if you like this tutorial, kindly give us thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more interesting tutorial. So till I come your way next time, my name is Divine. Keep practicing. Bye.